And today's episode of Free Friday is sponsored by Sketchfab. Sketchfab is the largest platform on the internet that gives 3D artists the opportunity to publish, share, discover, buy, and even sell 3D, VR, and AR content. Sketchfab provides you with an online 3D viewer which is based on the WebGL and WebAR technology. And this simply allows you to view your 3D content on the web, mobile browsers, and also on virtual reality headsets. So in case you want to publish or even buy or sell your next 3D content, go Sketchfab. Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to askNK. Today is another interesting episode of Free Friday, and today we're taking a look at a huge set of things that you would definitely want to know about. So we're going to talk about textures, talk about 3D models, talk about Kitbash and stuff, a whole lot of them. First off, we're going to start with Textures 1. So Textures 1 is a place where you can get a huge amount of textures. So what the guys from Textures.1 are doing is they've actually collaborated with a huge set of texture websites, and most of them we've talked about them on the channel, and they created one large place where you can find any free CC0 licensed texture that you want. And it's very interesting to see this, as the lead texture websites, even our friends from sharedtextures.com, are also part of this. And at the same time, if you take a very close look, you would notice that 3D model heaven is here, 3D textures, CC0 textures, the CG book base, HDRI heaven, and also the texture heaven, they're all here. So if you're trying to get textures and maybe you don't want to simply reroute, run around, try to find things, you can simply come through and find them here. So for example, I'm actually gonna head to search for the word wood. If we go in and search for something, let's go back and search for the word wood one more time, you would notice that there is a long list of things. Now, the most beautiful part about this is you can also notice that you're not only finding textures, you can also find 3D models here. So if you're looking for 3D models, you can get them. If you're looking for free textures, free substance textures that have been made and left for anyone to alter, make changes, you can also find them here. At the same time, since the guys from HDRI Heaven are also part of this, you can also find tremendous HDRI maps from here. So if you're trying to find something like the wood bag that we've just taken a look at, what this would do is it's going to reroute you to the website where you can get this. You can also choose to get the textures that exist here. All right, so depends on what you're looking for, you will be able to find them. So right now that we've also searched for the word wood, you would notice that I have also gone ahead to open up the 3D model heaven, and this is referencing this particular wooden chair that we have here. And a beautiful thing about the guys from 3D model heaven is that they've actually gone ahead to fix something that they talked about earlier. So remember the first time when we talked about the 3D model heaven, we talked about the website being, you know, some sort of ways we did not like the way the whole structure of the website looks like. But now they've fixed it. So you can now see all of the textures that exist within a folder. You can see the models themselves. You can see the high resolution, the low resolution, and also an exchangeable format of this model. So if you're also trying to get free models, you're also trying to get models with high resolution textures and high resolution models as well, you can go over to 3D models. And 3D model heaven is not the only website where you can get free 3D models, as you can also get free 3D models when you go over to cc0textures.com. And our very own guys from Shared Textures have continually updated this website, and if you want to see more about the cool stuff that you can get here, I'm going to put a link in the description where you can take a look at all of this cool stuff and also be able to download some awesome looking textures totally for free that you can use without charge. Of course, these guys do have Patreon, so if you want to support them, you want to sponsor some of the things that they are doing, this will be very cool, as you can go over to their Patreon and show them some love just to appreciate the effort that they put in to get these textures and get this content out there for free for everyone to be able to use. So with this said, we're going to dive over to CUBEBRUSH. So at CUBEBRUSH, there is a pretty cool weekly giveaway that you guys would definitely want to see. The very first one which we're going to talk about is the Hard Surface Volume 1 from Digital Hunky. So Digital Hunky has created this amazing Kitbash. All right, this Kitbash is just pretty cool. So if you're into hard surface or you're into modeling some mechanical characters, you might definitely find this one very rewarding. Now, the beautiful part about it is this is not the only thing that he has, but then you would also notice that, you know, you have to come here pretty early by tomorrow or probably next tomorrow before this actually reaches its limit, as for today the limit has actually been exhausted. Now if you go over to his page, you'd notice that he also has a couple of cooler stuffs that you can get. So if you're also thinking about getting the volume 3, which is also a pretty cool volume, you can also get this right here, as it is still free. There is also the volume 1, which we are also looking at, but the second volume 1 that he has here is is for 2D assets that you can use for Substance Painter, 3D Codes, or any sculpting program that requires alpha. And you can see 200 alphas. That's a whole lot of alphas that you would definitely want to play with. So if you want to get this hard surface stuff, you can come over to his page right here and you can see a whole lot of them. Now with this said, we're also taking a look at some pretty cool floral looking designs that you might want to implement into your decorations, your characters. And this is a trim ornament from Amir. As an architect, he has also created a very nice IKEA bed that is also given out for free. So if you also want to get this, I'm going to put a link in the description where you can get this. You can also get way more IKEA stuff, as there is also an IKEA modern desk chair that is made available by Omid. So Omid has actually made this one up. Also, you'll be able to get the Panzeri ceiling light. Now the Panzeri ceiling light itself is a OBJ file which you'll be able to bring directly into any 3D app of your choice, but natively this was made directly in 3D Studio Max. So if you want to get this, you can proceed to get it. And with all of the 3D stuff talked about, let's dive into the realm of 2D art. So if you're into matte painting and you're into reference image collection, you might want to get the Scotland 410 royalty free reference pictures that you as a creator would want to use for making pretty cool textures and also awesome looking matte painting. Now for you to get this actually comes as a huge file, as it bags a total of 1.54 gig of data file. Ultimo also has a 3D scene, or should I say a 3D model, that will be the last 3D model that we will look at for today. And if you're into playing with photogrammetry model, or you're just trying to get started with topology and you find this one very interesting, you might want to come and get it. Now moving on, we also have hand-free awesome brushes that you would want to use. So if you're into painting, you're working with Photoshop, or probably you're into making some very interesting designs, this in itself can also be imported directly into Substance Painter, as these days we're having the very same kind of integration that you would want to get by bringing Photoshop brushes directly into Substance. So if you want to use these particular brushes, you can also notice that there is a splatter set of brushes which you can use to simulate things like blood and liquid. You might want to come get this now before it becomes a paid asset. And finally, there is a free bundle of 120 PNG cutout images that both architects, matte painters, and also scene designers would definitely want to have access to. If you're trying to get some pretty cool cutout images of some medieval time, maybe some trees, some grasses, some stuff like that, you would definitely find this one pretty interesting. At this point, these are segmented into 3 different categories. So if you're into creating concept art, matte painting, photo bashing, or maybe you're an architect and you're just trying to find something to fill up your scene, you might definitely find this one very rewarding. Now, this isn't the only thing that you can get from Nomad Photos, as Nomad Photo also have a couple of reference images that you might also want to get. So if you're looking for an Eiffel Tower royalty-free reference image, you can get this. You can also get some pretty cool ones. I'm just going to go ahead and scroll down. I did see some pretty cool ones here. Is also some pretty cool textures that you can also get from here. So if you're looking for game ready textures, 2K textures, you can get them here. You can also get a hand painted texture, and if you're looking for tutorial, there are free tutorials that you would also be able to find here. You can also notice that we have this Unreal Engine 4 Japanese environment scene, which you can download, get for free, and actually play around with, as this in itself makes a lot of sense. And before we go, if you go over to Sketchfab, you would notice that presently there is a sci-fi moto challenge that has a cash prize of $600. Now for you to join this, you need to be within the Discord, and I'm going to put a link in the description so that you'll be able to join that, as this is 6 days away from here, and it is technically 6 days away from you being able to win the $600 prize. So if you want to see more about the description, things you need to know, terms and conditions of you joining this challenge, then of course you need to be part of the Discord. And a huge shout out to all of the contributors of today's Free Friday, and also a huge shout out to the community from Sketchfab. And that's about it. Now if you want to get more free content, there's going to be a link in the description that you can use to get as much free content. We also have a full playlist on the channel that contains all of the Free Fridays, just in case there is a particular kind of content you're looking for. And of course, I would like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section. And if you like this video or you learned something from this, you can go ahead and give it a like and and don't forget to share with a friend. And if you're new here, it's going to be amazing for you to hit the subscribe button and also turn on notifications so that you don't miss the next video or the next update. And until I see you guys again with a tutorial update, Free Friday, Tutorial Tuesday, tips and tricks, things like this. Peace.